Ruth, a woman of extraordinary faith and courage. Her story begins in the land of Moab, where tragedy struck her family. Left widowed and childless, Ruth faced a choice that would change her life forever. In a moment of unwavering loyalty, Ruth clung to her mother-in-law Naomi, uttering those famous words, "Where you go, I will go, and where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God my God." With these words, Ruth abandoned everything she knew to follow Naomi back to Bethlehem. Arriving in a foreign land, Ruth's faith was put to the test. As a Moabite woman in Israel, she faced prejudice and uncertainty. But Ruth's determination never wavered. She set out to work in the fields, gleaning leftover grain to provide for herself and Naomi. It was in those fields that Ruth's life took an unexpected turn. Boaz, the owner of the field, noticed her diligence and kindness. Impressed by her character and devotion to Naomi, Boaz showed Ruth favor and protection. As the story unfolds, we see Ruth's boldness in action. Following Naomi's advice, she approached Boaz on the threshing floor, requesting his protection as a kinsman. This act of faith and courage set in motion a series of events that would lead to Ruth's redemption. Boaz, moved by Ruth's request, took action to fulfill his role as kinsman. In a beautiful display of God's providence, Ruth and Boaz were married, uniting two people from different worlds in a bond of love and faith. But Ruth's story doesn't end there. God blessed Ruth and Boaz with a son named Obed. Little did they know that this child would become the grandfather of King David, and ultimately, an ancestor of Jesus Christ himself. Ruth's journey, from foreigner to ancestor of the Messiah, is a testament to God's inclusive love, his ability to use anyone for his divine purpose. Her story reminds us that faith, loyalty, and courage can lead to extraordinary blessings. As we reflect on Ruth's life, we're challenged to examine our own faith. Are we willing to leave behind the familiar and trust God completely? Can we, like Ruth, show unwavering loyalty and love to those around us? Ruth's story also teaches us about the power of kindness and hard work. Her diligence in the fields and her care for Naomi caught the attention of Boaz and ultimately led to her redemption. It's a reminder that our daily actions and attitudes matter, even when we think no one is watching. Moreover, Ruth's inclusion in the lineage of Jesus demonstrates God's heart for all nations. It shows us that God's plan of salvation was never limited to one people group, but was always intended to reach every corner of the earth. As we conclude our journey through Ruth's story, let's remember that God can use anyone, regardless of their background or circumstances, to accomplish his purposes. Ruth's faith, courage, and loyalty not only changed her own life, but also played a crucial role in God's plan of redemption for all humanity. So, what will your story be? Like Ruth, will you step out in faith, trusting God even when the path ahead seems uncertain? Will you show kindness and loyalty even when it's difficult? Remember, your actions today could be part of a much bigger story, one that extends far beyond what you can see or imagine. As we close, let's take a moment to reflect on the lessons from Ruth's life. May her story inspire us to live with greater faith, to love more deeply, and to trust in God's perfect plan for our lives. For in the end, it's not about where we come from, but where God is leading us that truly matters.